We are told, very calmly, very confidently, that nothing objectively matters, that the universe is indifferent, that right and wrong are human inventions, that justice is a story we tell ourselves. And yet, when a child is abused, when a civilian is bombed, when power crushes the powerless, we don't shrug. We don't say, "That's unfortunate but meaningless." We get angry. Not mildly annoyed. Not intellectually curious. Furious. As if something real has been violated. As if a line has been crossed. As if the universe itself should care. So here's the quiet question. If nothing truly matters, why does injustice make us feel like it does? The anger that won't stay quiet. Scroll through the news for 5 minutes. A corrupt official walks free. A refugee camp is bombed. A powerful figure abuses someone weaker, and nothing happens. Now notice your reaction. Your jaw tightens. Your chest warms. Your thoughts sharpen. You don't experience this as trivia. You experience it as wrong. Not inconvenient. Not inefficient. Not evolutionarily suboptimal. Wrong. This is strange. Because many of us, at least intellectually, live inside a worldview that says the universe doesn't care. No built-in purpose. No objective meaning. No cosmic scoreboard. Just particles, forces, and time. And yet injustice doesn't feel like a misunderstanding between atoms. It feels like a violation. This video isn't about religion. It isn't about moral preaching. It isn't about winning arguments. It's about a tension between what we say about reality and how we actually experience it. Part 1. The world that doesn't matter. Modern naturalism is often misunderstood, even by its critics. At its strongest, it's not nihilistic in a childish sense. It doesn't say, "Nothing matters," the way a bored teenager might. It says something more precise. There is no objective, mind-independent moral meaning built into the universe. Meaning arises from human minds. Values are constructed. Morality is emergent. This view has serious thinkers behind it. According to this perspective, the universe existed for billions of years without values. Humans evolved social instincts. Morality developed because cooperation helped survival. What we call right and wrong are useful patterns, not cosmic facts. Nothing about this is lazy or stupid. It's coherent. It's careful. It explains a lot. And many people who hold this view still care deeply about justice. They protest. They donate. They speak out. So the tension isn't between atheists and morality. The tension is deeper. It's between explanation and experience. Part 2. The moment injustice hits. Think about a moment when you felt moral outrage. Not hypothetical. Not philosophical. A real moment. Maybe it was a video that made you look away. Maybe it was a story you couldn't forget. Maybe it happened to someone you love. Notice how it felt. The reaction was immediate. Pre-rational. Almost physical. You didn't calculate social utility. You didn't run an evolutionary model. You felt that something should not have happened. And notice something else. Your anger wasn't merely personal. You weren't just upset because you were harmed. You felt that what happened was wrong even if no one noticed. Even if the perpetrator benefited. Even if society moved on. That's important. Because outrage doesn't feel like preference. It feels like protest. Part 3. What naturalism says about our anger. Naturalistic explanations step in here. And they are not trivial. They say, moral outrage is a product of evolution. Groups that punished cheaters survived better. Anger motivates enforcement of norms. Neurology backs this up. We can see brain regions light up. We can measure hormonal responses. We can predict patterns. Social psychology adds another layer. Outrage signals group loyalty. It establishes moral identity. It binds communities together. From this view, anger at injustice is functional, adaptive, socially useful. And again, this is not nonsense. These explanations are powerful. But notice what they quietly change. They shift outrage from recognition to reaction. From, "This is wrong," to, "This feeling helped our ancestors survive." Part 4. Why those explanations feel incomplete. Here's the problem. These explanations tell us how outrage happens. They don't explain why it feels justified. When you are angry at injustice, you don't experience yourself as a biological system executing a strategy. You experience yourself as responding appropriately to something that shouldn't be. And more importantly, you expect others to agree. Even strangers. Even enemies. Even future generations. You don't say, "This bothers me, but I understand if it doesn't bother you." You say, "How can you not see this?" That expectation is strange. Because if morality is constructed, disagreement should feel like taste. But it doesn't. It feels like blindness. Part 5. The strange authority of moral outrage. Moral outrage doesn't just express emotion. It accuses. It says, "This should not be. Someone is answerable. This matters, whether you admit it or not." Notice the language we instinctively use. Crimes against humanity. Human rights violations. Justice demands accountability. These are not survival terms. They are normative terms. They carry an authority that feels bigger than us. Even when we deny objective meaning, we speak as if injustice violates something real. Something that doesn't belong to us. Part 6. Living as if it really does matter. In daily life, almost no one lives as if nothing matters. We raise children to care about fairness. We condemn cruelty instinctively. We admire those who sacrifice for justice. We praise courage. We shame betrayal. We remember victims. All of this makes sense if moral claims reach beyond preference. But it becomes harder to explain if they are only emotional habits. The question isn't whether outrage is useful. The question is why it feels binding. Conclusion. The question we can't shake. This video isn't saying, "Therefore, God exists." It's saying something quieter. That our moral anger behaves as if the universe is not indifferent. As if injustice is not merely unfortunate, but out of place. As if something real is being violated, even when no one is watching. So the question remains. If nothing objectively matters, why does injustice refuse to feel that way? And why? No matter how many explanations we give, does that anger keep insisting that it does?